How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's Jeremy here with another video for you guys, and episode 2. um, this episode's a little bit of a different topic for me. I'm not really used to talking about this, just because. Hold on, let me adjust the camera a little bit. I think it's a little crooked for my liking, but it's not a topic that really pops in my life too much. I do know some people that have to deal with it. I do know a couple people that have had to battle through addictions and stuff like this. So, with that being said, the main topic of today's video is addiction. And honestly, for me, addiction is a very, very touchy subject. Not because I deal with it or because I know people that have, but I know a lot of people in this world battle addiction, whether it's alcoholism, whether it's, weed addiction, whether it's, meth, whatever it may be, porn addiction, for all fucking, for all you fucking know. You never know what someone's addicted to in this fucking world. But there's always some sort of stigma, at least in my eyes. It's always a bad addiction. It's always considered bad. But there's also good addictions. Somebody could be healthy and have an addiction towards working out. Someone could have a lifestyle where they're addicted to, doing something that's right. It's addiction to me has many meanings, but we always stick to the stigma of it being bad. We always stick to the ideology that addiction has to be a bad thing, that addiction has to be a negative thing. There's a lot of positive addictions in this world that we don't realize that we could be doing right now, or that we already do. By no means am I saying that everything in life is an addiction, because it's not. Some of them, there's reasons we have different words like hobbies and different stuff like that, or passion. For one thing, it's a passion, right? But at the end of the day, I don't think addiction should be necessarily classified under one specific. Just let's get rid of that beat. Hold on. One specific negative, right? We always classify, your addictions as, oh my god, he's into drugs, he's into this, he's into that, he's into many bad things, or she, or them, or who, or whatever. When in reality, it's not always like that. We could have people that are addicted to many things in life, and it's not even that bad. I'm not saying that every fucking addiction should be considered good, because it's not. Alcoholism, addicted to meth, addicted to stuff like that. That's bad. It's bad. But for me, someone that's wants to go smoke, let's say, smoke some weed, right? They want to go smoke, but it's not taking control of their lives. By all means, dale gas. Do it. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to tell you you're worthless. I'm not going to tell you you're a piece of shit. Because some people are when it comes to those addictions. But if you're a guy that's, supposed to have a family, or if you're a person that's supposed to be taking care of your family, you're supposed to be, at the top of your game, doing things that are only going to benefit you, and yet you're letting things take over that. Like, if you're allowing your meth addiction, if you're allowing the idea of something to take over everything else in life, and it's not the proper thing to have, that's when I think you're worthless. So if someone's addicted to meth, and I know they should not be, they can change their lives and not have to do it, that's when I think maybe kick it in the drive, maybe not do it. But you also have many addictions that are good. I know many people that are addicted to working out, that are addicted to gaming. It's ways to get out of life. Gaming might not be the best escape for a lot of things, but gaming is one way for me that it's not bad. I mean, if you're spending 24 hours a day on the fucking thing, that's one thing, and there's no benefit to it, that's one thing. But if you're doing, things that you love and you enjoy, and you can call yourself addicted, then that's one thing. For me, it's a hard subject. It's very hard. I know I might be like back, I might be retracing my steps here. I might be backtracking a little bit, but it's because addiction is such a critical word to be able to, to talk about, because it has that negative on it, right? Because that's what we attributed to it. If you have an addiction, it's bad. But what about that person that has an addiction to always doing good? Someone that always does what's necessary to be the best to their ability. What if someone's addicted to always do the right choice? Like, we don't know that. Like, someone could be addicted to the feeling of helping someone in the hospital, and we don't know, for all we know, if they wanted to, they could do that 24/7 and still not care, you know. But it has its false negatives. It has its bad and its good time, and its good things. Like, for me, any kind of drug addiction has to be classified right. For me, a meth, cocaine, something that's not really benefiting your body in a bad way. If it benefits you in a bad way, that's a bad addiction. And that for me is not worth your time. Weed is a touchy subject for many people, but for me personally, I've never seen it as a bad drug. If you want to do it, go right ahead, do whatever you want, and like that's your goddamn choice. At the end of the day, a personal decision. But I don't think weed's all that bad. It's not meant to be, in instances of abusive use, it's bad. But for me, if that's not taking over your life, weed for me is as harmless as fucking someone going out there and having a couple beers a night, or at least not a night, but every once in a while. For me, addiction, like I could tell you guys honestly, for the longest time I was addicted to soda. I was addicted to sweets. I was addicted to chocolates. I mean, I'm not the fucking smallest guy out here, and thank God I'm not the biggest. But at the end of the day, there's a callback to one of my videos. At the end of the day, it's a situation in which we realize you are addicted to something and you can't stop it, right? Addiction means you can't go without it. And for me, I realized, okay, I can go without soda, but I choose to still do it. That's not an addiction, that's a choice. I learned to be able to go without soda. I learned to be able to go without sweets. I've learned to be able to do a lot of things that were negatively impacting my life. Now, you might be able to clap back at me and tell me, oh, well, what about video games? Video games are its own situation itself. Yeah, there was a time where I would go home after school and I'd play video games for God knows fucking 7-8 hours a day, and it consumed me. I mean, there was days where, God, it's cold. Let's get through this video because I'm fucking cold right now. I turned off the heater in my car for you guys. Please like the video. Oh fucking hell. It's a very, I mean, there was days I'd go home early and I wouldn't be done playing video games until 11 o'clock at night. And I mean, this was back when I was in school, so we'd get off at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock of the day, and I wouldn't go to bed until 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, playing video games all day. I wouldn't worry about homework. I wouldn't worry about many things, and that was where I could honestly say I was addicted to video games, and I had to find, in my eyes, another addiction, and I found video game or no, fuck, I found weight training. And I got a little bit addicted to weight training. I mean, I was starting to go a little bit, but after a while, I kind of stopped. I kind of lost my drive, and that's where I went wrong. That's an addiction I should probably keep. That's something I should probably keep going and shouldn't give up on. But I did it, and we're here. But God, I'm saying but so much. I'm sorry. I'm like, this is such a hard subject for me. It honestly is, but this is why I like it, because it makes me think. It makes me really understand what I'm trying to say. So with that being said, like, what people don't realize is, yeah, some people might be addicted to something, but it's not always bad. I'm not addicted to video games as much as I was. If I honestly did not have to start uploading for YouTube like I did before, I probably wouldn't be playing video games as often. I'd probably be playing 1 or 2 nights a week instead of 3 to 4 like I'm doing now. But there was a time in a period where I was playing 6 or 7 days a week. So I played almost a whole week, nonstop. I'd play months on end, nonstop, because that's all I saw. That's all I wanted to do. And that's where my biggest downfall was. That's where I knew I was wrong. I knew I had to change something about that, because I could not live the rest of my life doing that in that fashion, right? Taking a couple days off is good for the soul. God damn, it's cold. But I had to learn, and I mean, when I tell you guys that I'd never have seen anybody with an addictive problem, I'm talking about in my inner circle, of friends and family and whatever. Because I have distant family, and I've seen distant, acquaintances that have had to deal with addiction, that have had to deal with repercussions of not knowing how to handle life without having their having drawbacks, without having withdrawals, without having this or that. I've heard the stories of the guys that are addicted to porn, that are addicted to this, or addicted to that, and you know, it amazes me, but at the same time, it puts things in perspective. That thank God I don't have those kind of things. Thank God I never had to deal with a lot of these situations like a lot of these people have. I'm not saying I'm the greatest at any of this, but I'm not saying I'm the worst. And for me, I'm just happy that if I knew I had to drop video games, or if I had to drop soda, if I had to drop, sweets, I've been able to do it. And I know one day, if God gives me the privilege, this fat boy body of mine isn't gonna be the same. I'm still gonna be fluffy, because there's no fucking way you're getting rid of all the fluff. I mean, I gotta keep some there, but I'm not gonna be the same, pushed over fat boy that was in school, that all he wanted to do was play video games as an escape from life, from an escape from reality, escape from the problems and the depression and everything else in life. Like, it's hard, man. Like, that's a hard subject, and for me, if you have any addiction and you need help, contact somebody. Contact whatever you need to contact. I might leave a link down below in case this video ever blows up for some odd reason. Click that link down below. Reach out for help. If you're addicted and you need help getting out of it, reach out for help. There's people out there that will help you and that will love you and won't judge you for something that you might have problems with. Especially if it's a drug problem, man. Nobody wants to see you leave this earth because of drugs. Nobody wants to see you before your time ends because of drugs. Nobody wants to see that. And if you have a problem with anything else, just know that people love you, and if you need help, they'll be there to help you. I mean, it's hard, but life has many trials, and we have to find those certain stipulations to help with the situations that we need to get through. And it's it's a hard subject to talk about, but it's also a good subject to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's not much more I can say. If you or someone you know has battled through addiction, I hope if you're still fighting through it, just know that there's hope, and one day you'll be addiction free. One day you won't have to worry about all the drugs and everything else in life that might cause you pain, or anything that might have caused that addiction. Just know you're loved, that people care, and if you ever need somebody, I have my contact links in the bottom. Message me on Twitter, message me on Instagram, message me on here. Leave a comment down below. Leave your whatever you need to do to contact, that I need to contact you, and I'll talk to you. I'll make sure you're okay. Because I would hate to see someone else leave by addiction. I know many people that have, and it's not a good feeling. I know that for a fact. So I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Peace.